Alright, and here's a video review for ToyWorld's HEGEMON. He's a little hard to find these days. I happened to find a seller on TFW who had one for sale, and I nabbed it. So, hooray. Obviously, the Decepticon symbol here is not stock. That's actually just one of the generic, well, not generic, but one of the standard Decepticon symbols. I pulled off an extra Arms Micron sticker sheet that I had laying around. I've seen some people use slightly bigger stickers, slightly smaller stickers. It's all up to personal preference. That's what I had on hand, and I kind of like the way it looks. So yeah, he comes in, ToyWorld blue window box, like so many other things. Very similar to Orion, although the stock is a little thicker on this box, but basic design aesthetics are the same. Now here's Megatron in his full gun mode. And you can see he's got the extended barrel as well as whatever this thing is. Because normally it would be like he had that, what's the word I'm looking for, stock on the old toy. And this is some hinged piece, and like these actually hinge out to the sides like this. And I thought it was supposed to be like a thing that went around your wrist like this. And even then it doesn't even do that all the way. It's just kind of a couple of bendy pieces. You can fold it, I think it looks best kind of folded back like that, but I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. So you can bring it back, and again you can flip one up and one down and kind of resemble the old G1 stock, but I'm not sure why they didn't just go with a piece similar to the old toy versus this. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it's there. So we go ahead and you can fold this up like that. Those do fold up to store, and we'll get more into this later. And it just plugs into the bottom of the gun here. So if you don't want that, you can just pop it right off. You can see there's a couple tabs on there that just tab right up into the bottom of the gun. Now the barrel extension, it doesn't slide on and off like the old one did, and that's kind of nice because it means it doesn't wobble and flip and fall off. How it attaches is you have to pull the very, very end of it off and then split it in half right down the middle, and it pops into two pieces. So you see it kind of snaps around the barrel of the gun like that. And again, that can just, you can reassemble that and set that off to the side. And he does come, again, instruction sheet and a little bio card. Just had that sitting over there, so I figured I'd grab it. Now in the package, he comes packaged in robot mode, and he does have this orange cap on the tip of this barrel. You can leave it on or off. It pops off very easily. It's not permanently affixed, but it is there. In case you're worried about such things, you can use the orange cap. And here's the basic gun by itself. You can also pull this that off and have just the pistol. And it's got a slightly thicker handle down here than normally you see on this type of pistol. It's got a spring in the trigger, so it bounces back when you're done. But all in all, it's not a bad representation of Megatron's original G1 gun mode. Go ahead and leave that on like that. Now, the transformation is actually pretty involved and a little crazy because everything tabs together. Like, you want to untab the trigger bit from the legs here, and then these panels, you open up the back, one on the front, one on the back. These are on hinges. You open these up. This is pegged into the back here, actually pretty well. I pulled it the wrong way. I forgot. The ball joint here is back here. The ball joint here is up here. So you open it up like that, and this whole piece can rotate out. Now this is slid back for gun mode, so it helps if you pull this to the side. The easiest way to do it is to rotate this to the side and then slide that back to the middle. And I popped a piece off again. Hooray! That's just what I wanted to do. So you flip that up, then this whole panel right here rotates around, and then you can fold up these panels just like this, and they're going to end up sitting on his back. Not the right way yet. Anyway, fold those panels up. And then this trigger untabs and folds out of the way like this, and you see there's a hinge here. This whole assembly rotates over like that. This is you want to make sure that the trigger ends up on his back. So fold it down, and then this whole piece rotates around like that, as well as this piece rotates around to the back as well. And that's going to, you see where his abdomens are. his abdomen is. Abdomens. Do you have abdomens? And then this whole piece rotates over, snaps in like that. And again, these pieces, you can rotate them so they're on the side, and the box they're on the side, but they hang off the back there. Just like that. And peg it all together. The legs extend and split. And rotate forward, and then the feet flip down. Like that. And then the toes flip out. So, there you go. There's a little grab here. And then the back wrap falls on you. Man. And there's the lower body. Now, okay, we're going to have to get creative here because I forgot to do a thing. So you unpeg this whole assembly, not just this part, but this piece unpegs from up here. And then you split the back here. This is going to be his arms. And this arm actually comes down on the back part of the gun. And you actually have to move this so you can see, kind of spin it around with the body. And that this arm comes around. Very thin slot. We've got the abdomens lined up right. It swings around, up and over to the other side of the body. Turn those back around facing the right way. Bring the hips back over. This unpegs, rotates up around to the front. Now this is just pegged on. This can pop off if you want, but you can transform it, leaving it completely pegged on like that. You just rotate it around to the back like that. And once you've done that, this comes up, pegs into the body here, and then the arm rotates down and around. Bring this up, rotate it around, collapse it up onto the arm. It should peg in. Oh, nope, rotates that way, okay. And then rotate that around and flip his fist out. And then this arm just rotates around, and again, there's a peg here that pegs into the arm. I gotta rotate it a little bit. Come on. There. Come on, peg in. There we go. Pegs in like that. Flip the hand out over here. And then at the top part, splits in half. Flip his head up. And there he is in robot mode. And then the trigger rotates up to just sit on his back like that. And there you have Megatron. Now he's a little floppy. Like you can see the weight of the cannon makes this arm not want to stay out. He does have some shoulder swivels there. You can get it to lock out in certain poses, but it is heavy. Again, the waist, you pull up, the waist is going to unpeg like that. So it's a neat design. It has some stability flaws, I guess. But there is Megatron. And as you can see, it's a pretty nice looking G1 Megatron. For all, flaws aside. Very posable. You got the shoulder joints. You can flip them out here. You got a swivel up in there. You got ratchet elbows. The wrists do swivel as well. Again, you got the shoulder joint here and the swivel. I may try to see if I can tighten that. There may be a screw that can fix that loose arm. He does have a waist swivel in a couple of different places, actually. There's a swivel right below the wider black piece, and you can swivel them up here as well. Although, again, the trigger, depending on how you have everything arranged in the back, may cause some impediments there. He's got a thigh swivel, ratcheting knees. He does have the ball joint feet, so you get a little bit of range of movement under there. You can tilt the ankles as well. So all in all, and he's got a ball jointed head. So all in all, a pretty posable Megatron, and a nice figure. Apparently they've hinted at doing a bomber version of Megatron from IDW. I'd be all over that. But yeah, there's Megatron himself. Now here he is with ToyWorld's Orion. And as you can see, he's a little smaller than Orion. It's actually not, the size difference isn't as noticeable to the naked eye as it seems to show up on camera. They look good together. Although again, if they make a Stealth Bomber Megatron that's a little bigger and more in scale with Orion, I'd be very happy. But as it is, these two look really nice together on the shelf. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy I've got a nice Prime and a nice Megatron from the same company that are updated G1-esque. I mean, granted, he's more of his IDW design versus he's more of a G1 Megatron, but they look good together, and I really like that. And then real quick, accessory-wise, Megatron comes with this big purple sword that he can hold in his hand. Just push that into his palm. This leg keeps wanting to slide down. And then you can rotate his fist, and you can actually, or actually you don't have to rotate it. There's a peg hole in there. You can peg this over his fist, like this. Come on, stop spinning. And you can give him his mace on an actual chain. Now, when you're not using those, here's where the that mysterious piece from the stock comes in handy, and it shows it even on the box. You can peg the sword in here. There's a couple little grooves right here on the front part of this that you can plug this into. So when you don't have them attached to Megatron, you can kind of use this as a little display stand for his weapons. How much that's going to help you, I don't know. It's kind of a, it's not, it's very minimalist in function. It's got some holes in it you plug it into, and it can double as a holder. But if you're going to display it pieces, if you just want to have a place to stick them on the shelf, it's not the end of the world. It's nice that they actually found a thing for it to do off to the side when you're not using it. Obviously, this just kind of sits to the side. But all in all, it's very nice. It's kind of hard to hunt down right now, so good luck if you're looking. I've heard rumors that there might be doing another production run on him. I have no confirmation of that, but keep your eye out for a good deal on him, because it actually is a pretty nice little figure of Megatron. But there it is, ToyWorld's HEGEMON.